Hi guys, it's me again, and I'm here for my second video. My first video was actually two parts because my phone died in the middle, and I don't even know how to edit them together, but this is my second real video with a second topic, and my phone's really charged this time, so we should be good. I'm calling this channel The Takeaway because it's just going to be, I am going to do a lot of research, reading, studying on my own of different topics, and then I'm going to give you the takeaway of it, or I'm going to share with you certain experiences I've had, and having been through experiences through completion, I now have the gift of hindsight, and can give you the takeaway, what I wish I had known or what I think I've learned from things. So I elaborated a little bit on the specifics of what those would be in my first introductory video. And today I'm going to focus on I'm starting a diet. Ugh, I hate diets. And I love food, and it's the only thing I've ever really struggled with. I've always had weight fluctuations, and I definitely have been, chubby, but I have never been, what some people would consider too big or whatnot. But I know my body, I know what size I like to be. And I also have an autoimmune disease called UCD, undifferentiated connective tissue disease, which basically means my ANA blood levels, nuclear antibodies, are always heightened within my blood. So my body's always attacking itself. It always thinks there's an illness. It always thinks there's something wrong in there, even when there's not. And that is the root of all autoimmune diseases, like your MS's, your lupus, your Kennedy's disease. That's the root of all of it. It does have genetic components. A lot of it's triggered by stress, and a lot of it's a lot of it is also environmental factors. It's a hybrid of factors that can contribute to it. And what mine means being UCD versus a more specific disease means I get symptoms. I get a few symptoms from a lot of different ones. I tend to get the lupus rashes on my face, the butterfly rashes. I get the patchy red rashes on my skin, my arms. My hair falls out sometimes. I have a lot less hair than I used to. I have clip-in extensions in right now because my hairstylist, I know all that stuff. And we are still in quarantine, shelter in place in Michigan, 2020, which I told you about in my last video, why my hair's a mess. So I have like the gray roots, and it's kind of frizzy because I can't get my good shampoo or anything like that. But hair loss from the lupus is one. I get bad fatigue, some dizziness. I need a lot of sleep, or I just break out in rashes and my skin or my hair falls out and my joints all swell, which is bad doing hair. So it comes and goes. But that is the main reason that I am going to do this diet right now. I need to feel better. I need to be more productive. I want some hours back in my day where I don't have to be sleeping and not be sick, and I am the type to kind of push through. I have 3 little kids. Like the onset of this disease, I was going through divorce, and my ex-husband, he was not helpful, but that wasn't really the problem. He actively was kind of detrimental to the situation. And my daughter was still baby, so she was up a lot, and my son's autism we hadn't been through a lot of treatments for his autism, so he had terrible insomnia. He'd get up from like 1 to 4 every night, and so I wasn't sleeping, and I just kept pushing through, but it was like terrible. My joints were so swollen. I was forgetting things. I was cognitively impaired, really, to the point where I felt like it was dangerous for me to be driving. I felt like there was a lot of stuff to where as soon as I could get some more sleep and like let things go in the name of resting, like I felt like it was certainly the better choice because things fell apart. You can only push so far. I've been on Plaquenil for this. I know it's been pretty successful for a lot of things, a lot of people. I'm not dogging it, but it did not work for me. Prednisone works for me when I'm having a flare-up, thankfully. I can usually get it under control within a couple weeks with some prednisone, but long-term, it's not good for your body. It's not a good long-term solution to have to be on prednisone all the time, and it makes me blow up like a balloon. I'm like, real quick, like the first day I'm on it. So, and I'm a little vain. I don't like that. It's worth it. I'd rather feel better. I do it, but it bothers me. I can't just be like, oh, too bad. I feel better. So, I do believe in holistic approaches to lots of things. On and off over the course of my life, I've researched different types of things. I have gone back and forth. I try to stay mostly plant-based. I have gone through bouts of straight vegetarianism. I even was able to stick to being vegan for a while. I read Skinny Bitch, which is a really good introductory book to veganism and all the health benefits and why it works and just how messed up the industry is and what they've kind of brainwashed, Americans and people in the Western diet into thinking they need so much meat. I mean, even if you don't want to be a vegetarian, that's fine. But for health reasons, you do not need to eat the amount of meat they've taught us to eat, like meat with every meal, like bacon for breakfast, turkey sandwich, lunch, some type of chicken or steak for dinner. It's like it's really bad for you. There's a reason we're the most unhealthy country, and all this stuff that they can put into our food in the name of capitalism and all that. So if you're interested, I do encourage you to look into that. There's a lot of good documentaries on Netflix, like Forks Over Knives, and if you click on one of those things, it'll bring up the other ones in the category for you to choose from later. I've gone the opposite route. I've tried keto before. I don't necessarily like what keto stands for from a moral standpoint per se, in the essence of the animal products, because of the meats and the cheese. It kind of goes against what I like, but I was at a point in my life where I was willing to do kind of whatever to try to feel better and try to find a way to balance it once I got to a healthy point in a way that I could feel good about it. But it didn't work for me, so I didn't end up having to be something I had to end up figuring out. I tried just small portions with lots and lots of stimulants to keep my appetite down. That works. It does work. You drop weight, but it makes me grumpy. My daughter just turned on a light for me. She thinks I have bad lighting. Don't interrupt, Violet. I'm going to lose my train of thought. Nope, you can't get on camera. This isn't kids' YouTube. So what else have I tried? I've tried lots of different things, but I would say in researching, something that triggers your body to attack itself is foreign things within your body. There's a lot of new cases. I have a lot of friends who have been diagnosed recently, a lot of them in the hair industry. We are working with chemicals all day. Maybe it's chemicals in our cleaner, maybe it's chemicals in our beauty products, maybe it's chemicals in our food. I haven't delved deep enough to really come up with a good answer or solution per se, but I know one thing that I have a lot of is sugar. I have a problem with sugar. Like I said, I love it. One handful of Mike and Ice will solve a lot of problems in that moment for me. And sugar's very inflammatory, even though it's, supposedly natural. It grows in the sugar cane and stuff. Look up what they do to it before they give it to us here. And even in general, our body's not meant to consume that much sugar. The other thing is milk. Milk's disgusting. Cow milk's disgusting. Like, read about it, what they do to it, what comes. It's baby cow breast milk. It's meant to help cows put in like 500 pounds. And actually, when I was younger, I was lactose intolerant. So I think that I just have a natural intolerance to it. Anyways, so I know I have a lot of sugar. Out of all the foreign things that could be invading my body and triggering me, I know I have a lot of sugar. And I don't have a lot of dairy because I'm not nuts about it to start with. I like cheese, but I know my body doesn't like dairy. So I'm cutting dairy and I'm cutting sugar. I have been 3 days basically no sugar. I'm not cutting honey. I'm not cutting fruit. I'm not doing a total cleanse. I'm just trying to reduce the amount of inflammatory things that are entering my body. And Inflammation is the cause of, I think, every disease, if not every disease, lots of diseases. And certainly one of the biggest problems. No, Violet, I don't need windblown hair, honey. Put my fan back. She's trying to give me a photo shoot vibe, I think. Put it back and stop interrupting now. 1, 2. All right. Somebody wants to get grounded. She's bored in quarantine. She'd like to be stuck in her room grounded. So I'm cutting sugar and I'm cutting milk, and I'll let you know how it goes. I did accidentally have some sugar yesterday. It was just out of habit. I have these yogurts that have the toppings in them, and I just ate it without thinking. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just put a bunch of mini peanut butter cups into my yogurt. There's a lot of sugar in there. But I'll try to keep you posted. I am feeling a little better. I'm waking up less groggy, waking up less stiff. I'm doing a lot of yoga as well. I am doing this from mostly a health standpoint, but I have a picture when I was in high school, you know, like a year ago. Just kidding, long time ago, almost like 18 years, from like 25 pounds ago. Granted, I had 3 kids and I might not ever get there, but if I could get back to this, that'd be cool too. I'm in the blue dress. See how monster and muscular my calves were though, even when I was skinny. I always have man calves. But, so, maybe I'll miraculously get there, but if I even just feel better, that would be cool. So, if you struggle with some symptoms that I've described, ask for a blood test that checks your ANA levels, because I had these symptoms for a long time, and I had gotten blood work done before and they couldn't find anything. And I don't know why they don't always check the ANA levels. I know they probably have a panel that's requested every time, but these symptoms don't always trigger them checking for ANA, and I had to get blood work done about 3 times before they found it and saw how elevated it was. Autoimmune disease just is kind of on the rise. So if you're experiencing some of this, go to get checked out. Suggest the ANA. I will let you know how sugar and milk goes. Maybe I'll cut out more things from there. Maybe I'll be a total failure and be eating an ice cream sundae in my next video because I can't do it. I don't know. But I will keep you posted. And one more thing. One of my other friends, she had all very similar symptoms as I did. And her doctor's theory was it was her breast implants. A lot of women have been having problems with their breast implants. I do not have breast implants, so that wouldn't be what, unfortunately, that would not be what is causing my problems. And she's a hairstylist as well, so she also has the exposure to the chemicals. So I hope that she finds the relief that she's looking for after she gets her breast implants removed, which is what she's doing this weekend. But that's another factor for things to look into. Check with your doctor if you notice a correlation and you have breast implants, and getting them removed is something you'd be open to. I'll keep you posted on her progress as well. And so that's my video, and the takeaway is I have an autoimmune disease and I'm sick of the symptoms, and I think I'm ready to try to cut sugar and dairy to see if it helps, and then maybe get high school skinny, but if not, whatever. And that is the takeaway. Thank you.